Mind Goblins.
What's up, Steve?
What's up, JB? You ready to jump right into it?
Let's just get into it, man.
All right, let's get into it. The Game Awards nominees.
Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
Yes, Claire Obscure, nominated 12 times.
Isn't it like a record for like how many nominations it's gotten?
Yes, in fact, it is a record.
Wow, that's really impressive, actually.
Yeah, but the big question is, do you think they're gonna sweep every single genre, or not genre, but category, I guess.
Maybe. Considering the Golden Joystick Awards just happened as of recording, and it swept everything there. Like every category it was nominated for, it won. Which is crazy.
Well, what categories was it nominated for?
Lord, I don't have them on the top of my head. But it was a bunch of categories.
Yeah. For its soundtrack. There's some good songs in there.
What did it get nominated for at the Game Awards this year?
Jamie, I just put down some things that I thought were interesting.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put down all the nominees in our little thing.
Well, no, I just meant the ones it was nominated for.
All right. Yeah, because I didn't put that down. All right, so obviously Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Best Game Direction.
Mm-hmm.
Narrative, Art Direction, Score, and Music. Now, like, I don't know. I was listening to some soundtracks on Spotify for some of these other contenders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Could have some competition. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could be up in the air. There's a bunch of like a lot of the ones that had like nominations for best score and like music. They're pretty good. Can't deny that.
Yeah, I was listening to Silk Song, and it's a song called Lace. Man, that one's fire. I like that one.
Yeah, all of Silk Song's soundtrack is pretty fantastic. It's from the Hollow Knight team, so there's no surprise there. Hollow Knight was just filled with like whimsical music that really like gives you the sense of exploration you want. But this one kind of goes in a direction of like, it's also got this like heavy tone to it that's a little bit different from Hollow Knight per se. What kind of head are you drawing here?
I don't know.
I was drawing Mario. Like,
oh yeah,
because he's
okay, but so
there we go.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good. It was really great actually. Then you got Hades 2 with Darren Korb. I've been listening to Darren Korb since the Supergiant's first game. The what was that called?
Their first game. The first game I played from them was Bastion.
Bastion, that's it.
Yeah.
And I listened to Bastion soundtrack on Spotify, and I was like, that's fire. I didn't listen to Death Stranding or Ghost of Yotai. Have you?
No, I haven't listened to either of those, but I know somebody who's playing Ghost of Yotai right now, and they're saying that the soundtrack is fantastic. It really is kind of just like a step up from even Ghost of Tsushima, which had like a really good soundtrack.
Yeah. So
Darren Korb, fantastic. The Hades 1 soundtrack was incredible. Everything on there was fantastic. It's one of my favorite video game OSTs. And Hades 2 just kind of delivers on that to like another, like the next step forward on that also. Like everything he touches is fantastic.
Yeah, but I think the front runner is Clear Obscure, obviously.
Seems like Clair Obscure is kind of set up to just win like everything.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know?
much. But yeah, because I don't know if you heard, but the soundtrack, or at least I don't know if it was the whole soundtrack, but they had songs like on the Billboard Top 100 classical.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I really think that's why they're gonna win.
If nothing else, it'll win at least best score.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Um, and then you have audio design. I guess it's like
Mhm.
sound effects and stuff. Um, they were
Yep.
best performance. This here, best performance. They have Claire Obscur has three contenders.
Jeez.
Yeah, so they have Jennifer English, Ben Starr, and Charlie Cox. You know, Charlie Cox, he was in Daredevil.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, and
He also he also got the competition too is like what's his name, who was Indiana Jones very recently, and he did a fantastic performance. I feel like one of the
yeah, Troy
best,
Baker.
like Troy Baker, that was his name. I was like, that starts with a T. I couldn't think of it. Troy Baker does such a fantastic job in that role. Just on the idea that he is like, I feel like there's so many games from his like past where like he isn't really doing anything but like a Troy Baker voice, and there's so many games where in roles where he gets hired on for the Troy Baker voice, and in that one he really like steps outside of his comfort zone and actually like puts on a performance. Like he's doing a voice, he's doing a thing that's
Yeah,
beyond just talking
yeah.
into the
I
mic.
actually think that like this will be the category that Claire sure doesn't win.
Mm-hmm. Who do
Mm,
you think is
yeah,
gonna win?
Troy Baker.
Right on.
Yeah, just because he just sounds so much like Indy.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
it's
So,
very impressive.
yep. Then
What else we got?
we got
What
accessibility,
category?
but they're not nominated in there. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Do you know what games were nominated?
Assassin's Creed Shadows, Adam's Fall, Doom: The Dark Ages, EA Sports, FC 26, and South of Midnight.
I will say it is really cool that there are so many games in this category. Um, just considering like uh, accessibility in games has kind of become like a popular thing now, where we're trying to make the games more inclusive for everyone.
Hmm.
Um, that being said, it doesn't really affect me too much, but still very cool to see.
Yeah, I did play South of Midnight this year, and it was
How was
pretty
that?
good, but it's pretty good. Um, it's probably, I mean, the animation actually alone is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The story, you know, is pretty good. The gameplay, I thought, you know, kind of dragged on a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know how they're grading this one. Are they grading? I guess they're grading it on hardware or something.
Well, it's like accessibility options usually in like the menus where it'll be like, oh, you can um change individual settings to make it like more playable for people who either have like a disability or like a color blindness. That was kind of like the earliest one where people
Right.
or game developers in like the 2010s were like starting to put in like, oh, you can change the color palette for certain things to match certain types of like color blindness, right?
Hmm.
um or stuff like that for the most part. And it's kind of taken that to the next level where, um, literally, did you see Kirby Air Riders accessibility options in its menus?
No.
Like literally, you're adjusting like the camera shake to like the intensity of like you know like zoom lines as you're like going speeding past. It like every like visual flare that would maybe make somebody motion sick if they're not used to like that kind of like thing.
Hmm.
It helps with that.
Oh, okay.
So it's stuff to help people play the actual games is the idea.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't look at any of the options on here, so
That's fair. To be fair, I only saw it like I was watching somebody streaming it, and they went in the menu and looked at the accessibility options, and I was like, wow, that's a lot for a Nintendo game, no less.
yeah. Um, okay, then they Clair Obscur is not nominated for Games for Impact, but we did talk
Hmm.
about Consume Me last week, and that's nominated in here.
Awesome.
Um, they got Despelote, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South Midnight Again, and Wander Stop.
Right on.
They got
I
Best
hope Consume Me
Ongoing
wins.
Game.
Best ongoing game. What do you think is going
Yeah,
to win best ongoing game?
I really don't know because they got Final Fantasy 14 here, but I know you play that.
I
Do
don't
you
think
think
people
that's
are
better than
very.
Helldivers 2?
Uh, Maybe not right now. People aren't really happy with the state of Final Fantasy at the moment.
Oh.
Um, the most recent expansion, people have been really upset at, and the developers have been kind of very lax about it. Like, literally, Yoshi P, who's the main director of Final Fantasy 14. Um, there's literally at one point where he's like, "You should just go play another game." Like in
Yeah.
between while you're waiting.
Yeah,
That's,
that's not a way to win this award.
no way.
They got
To be honest
Helldivers
with you,
2, Marvel's Rival, and No Man's Sky. But to be honest with,
those are the only ones that were nominated.
um, Fortnite.
To be honest with you, I think Fortnite has a very good shot right now.
Hmm.
Fortnite is kind of it has been popping off for like the last little bit, but this most recent season, people have been saying it's really good.
Okay.
Me included.
Um, Best Community Support. So you got the same ones, except you also have Baldur's Gate 3. So how is this different? I guess they're very similar, I feel like.
Yeah, it's kind of the same bit. Well,
Yeah, except
I
Baldur's Gate 3 isn't uh ongoing.
I wonder if it's more of like the like their outreach to their community to like address things. Like, okay, well, Baldur's Gate 3 does actively communicate with the community and like take care of things and do stuff. Um like they're actively telling people they're working on new patches. They're like, "Hey, we're going to fix this thing."
Mm-hmm.
Uh they're actively listening to people and making changes accordingly. Uh much like Helldivers has been doing for the past since it dropped. So I
Yeah.
think that has a good chance of winning.
Okay. And then best indie game. Here's where we get into it.
Okay.
Because you have, of course, you got Absalom, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Hades 2, Silk Song. But then you also have Expedition 33. Now let me tell you something about this, Jamie.
Tell me.
Some people online, they don't like that Expedition 33 is included in best indie game.
Hmm. Why is that?
They feel like because it had a big budget and their budget was so big that they were able to hire basically contractors that they basically made a AAA game instead of it being like a small team working on the game.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, but just does having a high budget alone just make a game non-independent? What if it's like privately funded? Does that
Yeah, I
count?
mean, basically it was privately funded. Like it, people were complaining because they got money from like parents and whatnot, to to help fund the game, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well they don't have a publisher tied to them. Like they're independent, Like I kind of feel like just you're independent, but also what is the difference? Maybe there could be a new category that I start seeing people throw around online. Is that double A category.
Double A.
Yeah, because I feel like independent. All right, it's very clear what that is. You're an independent studio. You don't have any backers, or if you do, like they don't. They're not
Hmm.
like influencing what you do a lot, and you're independent on what you can do. But double A, that starts to get like tricky in how you define it because it's kind of like I don't
Hmm.
know. Maybe you got too much money now. That's the only
Yeah.
way. That's the only like criteria I see people say.
What's going to be the difference between that and like AAA at some point? I mean, game development is already really expensive.
Yeah, I guess AAA is like um I don't know, man. It's just all vibes. It's just it's vibes all the way down.
Everyone is just operating on vibes alone, simply.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I I don't know if there should be a category called double A. I feel like that's just like a band-aid patch over the actual like thing.
Yeah.
Which is like people want a different designator for independent games that aren't like built with like $20 in a
In a dream.
garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Is that the moniker of that? I don't know. I don't know if that's it. Maybe if it had a better term than just double A. Because then, what is the game of the year? Game of the year is just triple A. Is that where we're gonna have a triple A category? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I will say to add to this, one of the publisher for Expedition 33 is Kepler Interactive, and Kepler Interactive is a group of independent studios that
Oh, so they do
basically
have a publisher.
they do have a publisher, but their publisher is a group of independent studios, and that group of independent studios basically pool their money to publish people's games and just let them like basically make the game that they want to make.
Right.
Um, but it's all independently run from the studios that are, the games are being published by. Um, it's kind of like a collective, like a council almost. Like imagine
Yeah.
there's like seven people sitting at a table, and they're discussing where their funds should go, like a shadow organization of independent gamers. Does that disqualify
I'm not at liberty to say.
it? That's fair. That's fair. I feel like that does discredit it a little bit towards the indie category because they do have a publisher that's not themselves. But to be fair, this isn't the first time that Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards have like put on an independent game that isn't independent technically. I mean, what was it, last year? No, it wasn't last year. It was a couple years ago where they had Dave the Diver on there, but Dave the Diver isn't indie.
Yeah.
It was published by Nexon, but they still had it show up. So
Yeah. That's why I just feel like indie is it's just vibes, unfortunately.
yeah,
And like I don't even know if it should be a category, just maybe it does are if you go to other awards shows, do they have like best indie song or best indie movie?
no, I know the Oscars I think does. They have like an independent movie category. Um,
Okay.
but I don't think they
But like
like really use it.
maybe that's like more defined in like movies, because I don't know.
Yeah, you're not like published by Paramount or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a little different than indie games where you can just anybody can make their own project and then publish it in this day and age.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you drawing
I
over here,
don't
by the way? This is awesome.
I'm drawing Mael sitting down waiting to get her award.
This is her receiving the Mario Award.
Yeah.
The coveted golden Mario.
Yeah, I just had to draw it from memory. Okay,
That's
and then
great.
you have best debut indie game. Now this Jamie is the biggest controversy I would say from the whole Game Awards.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, let me pull it up.
Biggest
Okay,
controversy. Wow.
yes. Okay. So, um where is it? Here it is. Okay. So, no, that's not it. Oh yeah. Okay, so best indie best debut indie game. Now, what happened is let's just go through who's on here.
Okay.
You have Blueprints, you have Clear Obscure, Expedition 33, you have Despalote, and you have Dispatch. And
Yeah.
then you also had Megabonk. Now Megabonk was on here. It was made by uh Veninad.
Hmm.
And now even before this guy was nominated for a debut indie game, a lot of people are speculating that he was another guy who was releasing games already. And
Okay.
they were like, no, Venidad is actually Danny Dev. And to point this out, they were like, well, he kind of has like they both have like similar styles in their games and whatnot. And so a lot of people were like pointing a lot of like coincidences. But
Hmm.
Danny Dev always denied it. Venidad always denied it. And he was like, I don't know. Is it the same guy? And then he was nominated. Then he was nominated. And guess what? He came out and he was like, "Sorry, I had to come clean. I don't feel good being nominated for debut indie because it's not my first game." Uh Venonad. And he's like, I'm actually Danny Dev." And guess what, Jamie? Guess what?
What's that?
The biggest clue that people pointed out, Venonad is Danny Dev backwards. Right there in the name. He was
It's not
telling you
even
the
that
whole
clever.
time.
It's not even that clever. That's really
So,
funny.
yeah. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, and then controversy. He takes himself out, and people think, "Oh, that's not a controversy." But Mega Bonk was such a hit. It was such a hit, Jamie. It was
Yep.
gonna win. It was gonna beat Claire Obscure, but he had to remove himself, and now Claire Obscure is gonna take it. They're just gonna take it.
Yeah. I
I
think
actually
he's in
don't
the
believe
right
that.
though. Oh, you don't think that? Blueprints is also really good. Let's not
Yeah,
discredit that.
yeah. I mean, I
Um,
think Claire Obscure is probably gonna win all the awards except for the voice.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's safe to say at this point. Um, wow. Okay, that's crazy. uh, I think it's really funny. That like Jeff Keighley there or Jeff Keighley or whoever's on like the research board to do any of this, basically just was like didn't do a lot of research about this
Yeah.
to find this out, even though it's kind of like their job.
Yeah.
Um, and now we're here. We're like he basically had to come out and be like, "Nope, I'm that guy. Don't give me the award, please." Be disingenuous.
Yeah.
It just seems like an oversight on the Game Awards problem.
Yeah. But people are really liking Dispatch, and I really want to play it. But I
It's
haven't played
good.
it yet.
It's
Have you
really
played it?
good. Yeah, I played a good bit of it. It's really
Mm-hmm.
solid. It's one of those like Telltale games, but it's got unique gameplay to it
Yeah.
because it's not just like pick
Is it
your
made by
thing and
Telltale?
no, it's an independent studio,
Okay.
I believe. Also, I think Telltale's dead, so
Oh. Oh no.
may they rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Megabonk Dev, Danny Dev,
Yep.
Venedev,
Venadad.
Venedev,
Dad.
Venedad. It's
Yeah.
hard to say.
It
Sorry.
is hard to say. Just say Danny Dev. It's way easier.
Good on him for like, or good on them for like dropping out for the award and just coming clean about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it does suck that maybe like this is probably just going to be another win um for Claire Obscure which is already on top of like the controversy of like people kind of don't want Claire Obscur to win, you know,
Yeah,
especially for
especially
the
for
independent.
indie stuff.
Yeah, that's like where it kind of really sucks. Um, but I mean, I hope Blueprints wins. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah,
Maybe Blueprints will win, and then everyone goes home happy.
yeah. All right, Jamie. Here's the category that Claire Obscur is not going to win
Tell me,
because they're not nominated for it.
best racing game.
Okay, but yeah. So best mobile game.
Okay, what's
Claire
best
Obscur
mobile
not
game?
nominated. They're not nominated for that. So you got Destiny Rising, which I heard right when it was released, people were not liking it. So
Okay,
this is a really low bar, I feel like, for some of these games. Persona 5, The Phantom X,
yeah, it's
Sonic
like
Rumble. Oh, go ahead.
ooh. No, I was gonna say Persona 5 X, pretty good. A friend of mine's playing that. They say it's really good. They played a
Yeah,
couple of those like Hoyover's gotcha games, and they're kind of a fan of this one in particular. So, has a good chance.
yeah. Um, Sonic Rumble. Have you
Eh,
have you downloaded that?
I've seen gameplay, and I'm not impressed. It's Sonic, Fall Guys,
Yeah, pretty much.
in the worst way. It's also like egregious with the monetization. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. And then you got that I don't know how you say it. Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Yeah, you got it.
I think that's the one with the horse girls and
That's
the
right.
derby racing. And then you got Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering Waves, also really good.
Yeah. Are you big into the mobile games?
I'm not big into the mobile games, but I played like the PC release for some of these.
Hmm.
And I gotta say, also really good. Um, like Wuthering
Oh, okay.
Waves
Well,
is literally
should they
like
count as mobile games if they're also on PC?
that's a great question. um, I would say it does count because it is kind of they're designed to be played on both.
Okay.
Like they crossplay with each other. Genshin, um, Zenless Zone Zero, a lot of the Hoyoverse games they're designed to be played on both phone and like computer
Yeah.
or whatever thing it's on.
Okay. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen there. You got best VR. Let's go back out. Let's go back to all the categories. Just because we're starting to get into like just like the genres. Are there any genres
Mm-hmm.
that you're excited about?
Um, I think I was really just excited for indie and debut indie, really,
Yeah. Okay.
and hopefully some of the announcements from the Game Awards. Any genres
Yeah.
you're specifically excited for?
No.
No.
They got.
Do you watch the? Do you ever watch the Game Awards? Because
I
I
watched it
can
for the
only.
first time last year.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. I mean, it's good because like I'm like I get excited for what's coming up next. You know,
Hmm.
like, I get to see like a bunch of trailers. I like watching the trailers.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah. So.
I think there are better award uh like things out there. Like the Golden Joysticks is one. There's another one that's going to be in like January, I think.
Hmm.
Um, I think that kind of will is like a better award show in being like, okay, here's a thing for the games. But the Game Awards is it feels like every year it's always for the like ads and the clout more than like
Right.
the gaming awards themselves.
Yeah. I wish I had. Can you watch the Golden Joysticks? Is that like online somewhere?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. But most anticipation. What is it?
Most
Oh no, wait. Let's
anticipated
let's do
game.
best adaptation first.
Okay.
This is a cool one. Because of course you got the Minecraft movie, you got Devil May Cry, you got
Ugh,
Splinter Cell Death Watch, The
cool.
Last of Us Season 2, and then Until Dawn.
What's
Now,
crazy
like,
about?
Okay, go ahead.
What's crazy about this is that they don't have Sonic 3 on there, which came out this year.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't understand. It kind of hits hits the mark. It was kind of the better of all of the Sonic movies so
Mm-hmm.
far. I don't know. I like it more than Devil May Cry. I'd say it, or at least the adaptation.
Um, so out of all these, I kind of think Last of Us is gonna win.
Probably.
But I do like this category because I feel like it gives an incentive to like make a good adaptation other than just
Hmm.
like a monetary incentive, you know.
Yeah,
So make it like a actually good incentive. So hopefully this encourages more better adaptations.
I think the not the movie industry, but like there's definitely a shift towards them making better um like adaptations in general. Like
Hmm.
since like the 2010s, we've been seeing like an uptick in video game adaptations that are like actually good.
Yeah, definitely.
uh like movies, TV shows, we're seeing it all right now. We're like um both of those are just seeing like better versions than like we ever saw before, like the old Uwe movies or like 2000s Resident Evil, you know? I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, like I remember one year, like I shouldn't say this, but one year for Christmas, my dad's wife, 'cause she's not my mom, but he's
Yeah, I got that.
whatever, because it was later and she didn't raise me, but still, one year she got me one of the Resident Evil movies on DVD, and this is like way after DVD players have like pretty much gone extinct, you know, and like if you're getting a DVD player at this time, it's like it's because you're into retro.
This was like last year, right?
It was a few years ago, so
Okay.
and I remember looking at it, I was like, oh well, thank you, it was nice you thought of me, but at the same time, I was like, I'm never gonna be able to watch this.
When am I ever going to be able to see this? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Do you have a DVD player?
no, like I don't even know. Does the Xbox play DVDs?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, then I do. Like, okay, because I got the like I have an Xbox, so I guess I can play that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We just watched it. Me and a friend, we just watched it not too long ago. It's a movie.
Which one did you watch?
The first one.
Oh, okay.
Um, it really is like a B level like action horror flick.
Yeah.
Uh, which is not a bad thing, but it's just
You kind of got to be
so
prepared.
yeah. You gotta like know that going in, because if you don't, it's just kind of like, oh, this is like not very good. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna draw you getting your copy here. Here you go. You got your eyes. You're looking down. I
Uh-huh.
don't know why I made your eyes so big. Wait, here we go.
Oh. Ye-
It's you being like really happy about it. You're like, oh my god, thank you.
What am I wearing a jacket?
I don't know what you're wearing. I'm drawing a Hawaiian shirt. That's what you're wearing now.
Oh. And I'm a goblin. You got to put my ears on there.
There you go. You draw your beard on.
Man, I got to zoom in now.
That's what I've been doing. I've been zooming in. Also, what is happening to Jeff Keighley down here?
Where?
What
Oh,
is this
the
creature?
Mega Bonk? Well, I mean, in Mega Bonk, you shoot stuff and you hit stuff, right? So he's
I love
shooting
the
like laser
idea that.
beams at a bat.
No, I love the idea here. It's like he's getting hit with a hammer, and that's what's causing the laser to shoot out
Yeah.
at the creature.
Yeah. But then we also have, okay, let's move on. We got most anticipated game.
Mm,
Now, I'm kind of excited for this, except I don't care which game wins, but 007
okay.
First Light,
Hmm.
that was pretty good looking. That was a
Very
good looking
excited for that.
007 game. Grand Theft Auto 6, I think this one is probably going to win, but you also got Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. I voted for The Witcher 4 to win because I like the Witcher series.
Right on. I voted for
Yeah.
Marvel's Wolverine,
Yeah, that looks
but
really sick too.
it looks really cool. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto is gonna win.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any getting
But
around that.
Jamie, there's a secret nominee here.
What? What do you mean a secret nominee?
Half-Life 3 is
That should
not
have been winning
nominated.
every year.
It's not nominated, but no, follow me on this.
Okay, tell me.
So, Half-Life 3 secretly
Okay.
been in development for a long time, at
Yeah.
least 2020. That's like 5 years. But so I looked into this. I think it might be the trailer coming out at the Game Awards.
Hmm.
Now, according to a leaker by the name of Gabe Follower, he found something called HLX in a bunch of different files in Valve.
Okay.
Now according to him, he says HLS started taking shape in late 2019, right?
All right.
And then, all right, so there's a whole Miro board. Remember that board we were using to draw? There was a
That's right.
whole board of that that has a ton of leaks and like different like mechanics and like enemy designs or thought processes and stuff like that. Now, I'm just going into the timeline. This is just the tip of the iceberg, right? So there's a whole bunch of other stuff, probably some spoilers in there too that I don't
Sure.
want to like come out and say, but
Hmm.
it probably is in there, and I'm not. I didn't want to look at it,
Yeah.
so I just looked at the timeline of
You
this.
skim it. You skim it.
Yes, yes. So Gary, you know who Gary is?
I don't know who Gary is.
Gary, the very same Gary that made Gary's mod. Hmm? Hmm?
Gary. That
Yes,
Gary.
That Gary. Gary Gygax. No, I don't know.
Gary
I don't know his
Gary's
last
mod.
name. Yeah. He makes, in 2020, he makes a set of code changes public
Okay.
on accident. Hmm?
All right.
And he
Following you.
renames a file name to include the letters HLX. This reference, it didn't exist before this. And
Oh.
that's what tipped people off. Like, what is HLX? Is HLX Half-Life 3? Something else? Is it like a VR thing? Well, actually, when did Half-Life Alex come out?
I want to say it was like 2019 or like
Yeah.
2018 or something like that.
Okay, so people were thinking like, oh, is it like a new VR thing? Is like, what does the X stand for? Then, also in 2020, a designer slash artist that worked on Valve updates their portfolio, and it likely mentions HLX as an unannounced project. Hmm?
Okay.
They worked
Okay, I'm
on
following you.
level design. And
Oh.
then in 2021, March, we start to see HLX appear in code for the Dota 2 update. That's crazy, Jamie. That's crazy.
It is silly.
Yes. And then in April, dev builds for Essenbach, which is technically the spiritual successor to Gary's mod, are released to the public. The developer face punch includes a lot of internal tools, including console helpers for HLX. And these console helpers are nearly identical for the ones in Half-Life Alyx. And the only real differences are the ones related to NPC commands,
Okay.
right? So people are starting to like they're starting to catch on to like Maybe this is a VR thing. They don't know, right? Then March, Aperture Desk Job releases. You know what that is?
Yeah, it was like a separate portal thing, right?
Right. It's basically a tutorial for your Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it releases, right? It features new V data. Now, I had to look up what V data is. And it's just
Mm.
basically Valve files.
Okay.
But this V data is versions of NPC/AI. It also features files that should not have been there, such as weapons, squad modes, and even more definitions in schemas. Now, Greg Coomer's interview. Do you know who Greg Coomer is? He has an
No.
interview with Komatsu. Greg Coomer is a product designer at Valve, and this is the thing. This is the thing, Jamie. His
Okay.
face is one of several used for the head model, Gordon Freeman. Gordon Freeman himself is interviewing with Komatsu, and he confirms that Valve has a lot of games in development, and that Half-Life Alyx is just a sign. It's just a sign, Jamie, that Valve has more to say about the world. So obviously they're thinking of something. Could it be Half-Life 3? Could it be just a sequel to Alex in a VR game? We don't know. We don't know. But
But
in
there's
an
something
interview
Half
with
Life.
Valve, what?
There's something Half Life coming.
Something Half-Life. They're working on something. Or they're thinking about working on something. We don't know. But in an interview with Valve, US Gamer asked about the identity of the Combine collaborator in Alex. And the response they get is, she's a character we don't want to talk too much about. We have plans for her. Plans for her, Jamie.
Plans.
They're talking about some type of sequel to something in Half-Life.
Yup.
Now, even more damning, Mike Morsky. You know who this guy is?
No.
Composer for several Valve titles. Hmm? Hmm?
Mm.
But he only
Okay.
worked on one. He only worked on Half-Life Alyx. In an interview, he accidentally says he worked on two Half-Life games. Two!
Mm.
And then he has to
Okay.
quickly correct himself and save one.
Ooh.
Pretty
Okay.
fishy, pretty fishy. So
Yeah.
something's there, something's there. Then Half-Life, we're in 2023 now. Half-Life 25th anniversary comes out. Valve updates the Steam Deck and a bunch of new bug fixes uh, in the original Half-Life. And then there's a documentary released, and then there's a new icon in these files somewhere, and it's like an 8-bit Gordon Freeman with a crowbar holding above his head,
Yeah.
titled "Build Break Master.png." What is this PNG breaking out of? This is starting to sound like some type of marketing scheme. That's
Like a
that's the
promo
real
website
that's
or
the real
something.
real. Huh?
That's like a promo website or something, right?
I don't know.
Or,
I don't
or
know.
like promotional materials. Yeah.
You think that was promotional materials? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's what it sounds
Secretly
like to me.
hidden somewhere. Someone found it. Then, in 2024, February, new sounds are added that mention HLX. In July, new HLX references found in motion vector shading in the new Deadlock update. In August, HLX added to a bug tracker, not trapper, little bug zapper,
Okay.
no bug tracker.
Yeah.
Um, which means okay, they're working on something. This is actually has some weight and significance behind it, Jamie. Then in November, Half-Life 2 20th anniversary, Valve actively talking about the never materialized episode 3 in a YouTube video on their channel. Now, why would they
Oh.
talk about episode 3? Why would
Yeah.
'cause everyone knows that episode 3 was in development, I guess, and
Hmm.
nobody knows what happened to it. But they were talking about it. They were talking about all their like ideas and whatnot, but they never released it. Where did
Yeah.
episode 3 go? Well, in December, Gabe Follower reports that Valve has started playtesting a game with friends and family. What are they playtesting? They're playtesting something, and they're keeping it under
Something.
wraps.
Super
Now,
secret.
at the end of 2024, you might have seen this tweet. Mike Shapiro, the voice of the G-Man, he sends out a tweet in his cryptic G-Man voice. Do you remember this tweet, Jamie?
No, not particularly. Tell
Okay,
me about it.
because so he says a bunch of lines, but here's what sticks out to me. He says, "In the next quarter century, may the next quarter century deliver you as many unexpected surprises as the millennium's first. See you in the new year." See you in the new year, Jamie.
What is he up to?
Yes. And now, Gabe Follower, he is getting reports in different things, different leaks, and saying that Half-Life 3 is going to be announced sometime near the end of this year.
Okay,
So now
where are you getting at with this?
we're getting into rumors now, Jamie.
Mm.
Because in 2025, there's more HLX code found in internal group names. So this is coming. This is coming. But here are some rumors. These are based on tweets from different gaming journalists. On November 11th, journalist and co-founder of Xbox Era, Nick Baker, says, "If what I was just DM'd is actually true, next week GTA 6 could actually have its thunder stolen on the hype scale. LMAO." Obviously, the Steam machine was announced.
Okay, yeah, well, not
Yes,
quite.
yes.
Hype stealing.
And then someone says, asks him, "Is this it?" And he's like, "Well, technically, no." But then he confirms. Well, we'll get to that later. He says technically no. But then Valve comes out. They come out and they say themselves on November 12th. They say themselves, HLX isn't a VR game, Jamie. It's not a VR game. They're acknowledging that HLX is a game or is something.
It's something tangible.
Yes, and it's not a VR game. Then Mike Straw, senior editor at Inside Gaming, he tweets, "By the way, Valve isn't done with the big announcements. Soon enough, there's going to be something else." What does this guy know? He knows something. It's on
He
the
knows
13th.
something.
Yes. He says it's likely not to be at the Game Awards. What, Jamie? That's just to throw him off. That's just to throw you off.
Yeah.
November 15th. Someone else tweets. He tweets, "It's happening soon enough. Just be ready." Soon enough. That means soon, Jamie. And we all know
Soon.
what soon means in the game industry. It means tomorrow.
Well, I was gonna say soon in Valve time means like 12 years from now.
But yeah.
Historically.
Okay, but then on November 18th, Nick Baker, remember we talked about this guy just 2 seconds
That's right.
ago.
That's
He
right.
confirms in a tweet that he was told Half-Life 3 was going to be announced when the Steam machine was announced. Clearly, it wasn't. Now, that's kind of where we stand. But Gabe Follower says he hasn't heard anything new from the last year, and he still expects that Valve is aiming for a 2025 announcement on this HLX project. And there's lots of speculation from other gaming journalists that claim Half-Life 3, his trailer, is in the works. And then here is the nail in the coffin, Jamie.
Okay.
The Game Awards. I just saw this just yesterday. They tweeted 27 years ago, Valve released Half-Life, its first game, and an image of Gordon Freeman. Jamie, this this is the hype that they're building up. So you watch the Game Awards so that you watch it and you get hype for Half-Life 3. Because in my mind, what I think is going to happen is that this is what happened, Jamie.
Okay.
Half-Life Episode 3 was in the works, and Valve was like, "We can't live up to hype now. This is too much pressure on us. We need to
Mm.
let it cool down a little bit." Obviously, the cooling never happened. It got nuclear hot for
Yeah.
years. And
They
now,
kind of just sat with it.
yeah, only recently has it started to cool down a little bit. But there's still some very, very dedicated people, Jamie. And there's some developers at Valve that say we're not afraid of it anymore. And so I really think what happened is that they were going to release episode 3. It got too big. They got a little scared that they couldn't fill the hype, and then on the scale of things, it got too big, and so then they turned it into Half-Life 3. That's what I think, Jamie. That's what I think.
So you think the Half-Life 3 is going to show up at the Game Awards? That's what you're telling me.
Right.
Steve? Well, first
Like
off,
you're
what do you think of
drawing.
my board here? Yeah.
This is great.
It all comes back to Gary here. It sounds plausible. It sounds like you've done the research to find out, is Half-Life 3 real, and it is showing up. And it sounds to me like Half-Life 3 is real, and it's going to be showing up here at the Game Awards, if not the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been burned before, Steve. I
Yeah,
have been
so
hurt.
have
I have to take this with a grain of salt and be like, cool if it happens. Sucks if it don't. I can't be hurt again. But I would love for Half-Life 3 to show up at the Game Awards and just kind of blow everything out of the water. It's what is it? Mark Laidlaw, who was like a writer at Valve for the longest time years ago, said that, they were pretty much, they had like a script and a story and things that they wanted, like points that they wanted to hit with Half-Life 3, or episode 3 rather. And it just didn't happen. And he didn't obviously go into detail about it. But maybe this is kind of corroborating with that, in that they were just saying the hype is just too much, or was too much. But there's so many good games out right now that, people aren't even thinking about it until here it is.
Yeah.
Here it finally is.
Here it is, Jamie. This is it. Also, according to Leaker, Counter-Strike 2 content creator who leaked information on Deadlock, Half-Life 3 codename LX, announced before the end of the year. Well, I already said that.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Now,
here's a poll. This is a fun poll.
Okay.
Is Half-Life 3 really being announced and released? Really close to being announced and released? And now this is a poll at the end of the article for I don't know where it was.
Some website.
Yeah, but 49% of people who voted in this poll said yes. 31% said no, and 20% said it was too early to tell. So.
See, I don't know. People are just giving into the hype. Are they giving into the hype, Steve? Are they just saying, "Oh my god, I'm willing to accept it"? Is it here? Based on the evidence shown to me at hand that you pulled up, I tried to draw the Half-Life, the Lambda logo. I forgot what it looked like.
Yeah,
this is it right here. Just
you drew a pie.
Just based on that, I feel like gamers just give into their hype, though, and I have been known to do that, and I'm trying to do that less because it leads you to disappointment often than not. But are you telling me I should be hyped, Steve?
You should be a little hype.
All right, I'll be hyped. I'll be hyped for you, Steve.
All right, Jamie, let's move on.
Wait, hold up. What if Half-Life X, what if HLX isn't even Half-Life 3? What if they just skip Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2,
well,
Half-Life 10?
It's a possibility, because it is my opinion that the number 3 is cursed in gaming and movies. Yes. I won't go into it now, because that's a whole other thing.
Sure, yeah.
That's my opinion.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay. Mexico's Congress, they approved the tax hike on violent video games, and it moves up to the Senate.
What does this mean exactly for any violent video games or any video games that have violence in them?
It means that they're going to be taxed. They might be taxed 8% more. Now, Jamie, I have some math here to just follow me, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So Mexico, they have proposed an 8% tax on violent video games, right? Now, what they aren't telling you is that these video games, all video games in Mexico are already taxed at 16%. So that
That's a
means if a
lot.
game is, yes, that means if a game is $70, 60% on, I don't know what they really are in Mexico. I don't know how many, whatever it is, pesos. I don't know.
Hmm.
Mexican dollars. What is it?
Uh,
Peso.
Pesos. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it really is, but let's just say $70 for the game. And if it's 16% on top of that is 11.20. That makes the game 81.20.
That's a
Now you
lot.
add 8 on top of that, and you get the wrong answer. You get 87.70. That's because you did the equation wrong, numbskull. You can't do it like that. What you did is you actually, in actuality, you actually taxed it at 25.25%, not the 24% that you really needed it to tax at. So it's actually a little bit less. And what you need to do is you need to not add the tax on already a taxed game, right? The tax is at 24% from the start. And then when you do that, you get an extra 16.80 on top of the game. Now this isn't like candy or soda, Jamie. This costs $1.50. That's like candy and soda. It starts off like that. And you add an extra 24%, that's a lot, but it's still affordable, right? Because that's
Hmm.
24% on top of $1.50 is 36 cents or $1.86 total, which is still doable, right? But you do that on a game and it's actually 86.80. And now that's very close to 90. So it might as well just be 90. People are going to say games are $90, right? People are already
Hmm.
saying that about Wii games, right? And we're sitting at some games already costing $80 with Mario Kart World, but also Sonic Cross Worlds. And no one wants to talk about Sonic Cross Worlds because it's already actually $80 and it's outrageous that no one is talking about it, right?
Yeah.
But luckily,
So.
these games aren't violent or adults only because they could end up costing a lot, which they already kind of do. But GTA 6, it will be violent, and it will cost a lot out of the box already, and it probably will be released at $80. So taxing it at 24% makes it 99.20. That's an extra 19.20 on top of your $80 game, which is even closer to 100 than a $70 game was to 90. So it's basically just $100, and it's like we're living in the 90s, but without the better cost of living and just the cost of games. Jamie, the numbers don't lie. And they spell disaster for C and D rated games in Mexico.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
just
gonna make
basic
games
sicko math.
unaffordable. I don't see how this like benefits anybody who's down there. Anybody who wants to play any video game, because everything has some form. Like most forms of entertainment have some form of violence in it, right? So this is going to be. Are they limited to like just like realistic depiction of violence? Are they like putting it on like okay, well, cartoony violence is exempted from that, or nope, that's included as well. So yeah, sorry, Looney Tunes, you can't. Your game is being upcharge an extra like 8%, but it's also not
No,
really 8%.
no, it's definitely not Looney Tunes. It's only C and D rated games.
Okay,
Yeah, which is adults only
gotcha.
and mature, basically.
Is it any like game from that rating, or is it just games from that rating that are also violent?
I think it's just any game with that rating.
Oh,
That's how they're
jeez.
doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, that
which is
sucks.
why your adults only games, your hentai, whatever's.
Hmm. They're gonna get so expensive.
Yeah,
What are people gonna do about it, Steve?
I
What
don't
can
know,
people do?
but that's my short little rant on that.
Thank you for ranting about it.
Yep.
It's frustrating when lawmakers do not really like hold the interest of people at heart because they say that this is going to. I mean, we talked about it before. They say this is going to like discourage people from playing violent video games, but it's really not. It's just going to make them more expensive, and the people like who are predispositioned to be violent, uh, like towards video games in general, they're just this isn't going to stop them really.
Oh yeah,
or maybe
definitely, Jamie.
violent,
Definitely.
regardless.
Because you know what they want to do? You know what they want to do with this tax money? Because Mexico, they could just ban violent video games outright. They could just do that.
Absolutely.
But they want to use this tax money. They want to use this tax money to turn the freaking frogs gay, Jamie. They want to use it to turn the frogs gay and the axolotls gay. They want to turn everything gay. They want to even turn you gay, Jamie.
Well, they already missed out on that. I'm already there.
They already got you, Jamie. Oh.
They already got to me, dude. It's too late.
You want to know how
Save
they're going to
yourself.
turn you gay? Through mental health counseling. That's what they want to use this tax money for, essentially.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to use it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad.
Turning. Are they going to turn the gamers gay? Is that what you're telling me, Steve?
Yeah, you're turning them all gay.
Dang. Big woke got us again. You like what I drew here? It's me. I'm using a calculator. I'm trying to do the math, but I can't. Because I can't do math.
Jamie, when you do this,
Okay.
When you put this in the video, we do like this little meme where it shows like the equations and stuff.
Oh yeah. Like the little like numbers coming at the screen
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah, that's
yeah, we put
perfect.
that over it.
This is me trying to calculate like like this is me doing basic math, you know.
Yeah.
What's 9 plus 10? 21?
Okay.
Mexico. Don't do that.
Yeah. Nintendo starts removing player-made bikini chef Kirby Air Rider designs as they make it to the top of the in-game marketplace in Kirby Air Riders.
Yeah. Steve, did you
Yeah.
see the design?
I did.
I'm going to draw an artist's interpretation.
An artist rendition. Okay.
We're
Because
gonna go there.
okay. Because apparently this is a meme in Japan.
Okay.
This design.
So
it's
a meme.
yeah. What's the character's name? Chef
Kawasaki.
Chef Kawasaki. They put him in a bikini, and somehow this is a meme in Japan. I don't understand it, but it's a meme.
I don't understand it either. I guess the idea is that it's funny. Just like why this character in particular is such a popular one to throw him in a giant bikini. It's not even a giant bikini. It's literally like they put him in like a. Hold on, let me.
You gotta get. Oh, I'm not red. You gotta get it red.
Was it red? Okay, the one I saw was blue.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I saw a separate one.
It's basically this, right?
Yeah,
or something like that. You know, he's got a bikini top and.
See, the one I saw, it was like, yeah, it was like this, right? But it was like a Speedo.
Oh, really?
Or like the the ones where they have like the really tiny like coverings. That was the one he was in.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple of them. It's hilarious. I love when games like this or Mod Nation Racers, Little Big Planet, where people are like, oh yeah, you can make and do whatever you want, and so people use them to make the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Just to get a laugh.
Because they allowed all these like stickers and like they got super creative with the customization. So like
yeah,
they made other things like they have a Pikachu face on one. They have like an what? Some of these characters I don't even know, but like they're so creative. Let's see if I find one.
I saw one.
Oh, they got the Starmie.
Yeah, a lot of
They made
Pokemon
Starmie.
ones.
Yeah, that's super cute.
The giant like bike. Someone put like Sharpedo on it. which is
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
I
they
saw one
got
that was
Tom from Tom and Jerry.
what a pull. I saw General Jelly Jiggler from Bobo 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 Bo. That was a pull. You don't know
I
about
never
Bobo
heard of it.
Bobo Bobo Bo?
No.
Okay, so I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but there's a guy. He's made of Jello. He's kind of like Gumby, and
Yeah.
he's a general. And the English localization, he's called General Jelly Jiggler. And he's just a. He looks like Gumby, but he's got like a square body.
Yeah.
And he has like a. He has like a this face, kinda. He's got like a bored looking face,
Okay.
for the most part. And then he's like bluish. That's not blue. Yeah, he's like. Yeah, he looks like that. He straight
Okay.
up looks like Gumby. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
But they put him on the Cube ride star.
Oh, okay.
It looked cool.
Whoops. Yeah. Um, they also have like some Among Us type characters and Fall Guy characters.
Hmm.
This one looks like Link's glider from Breath of the Wild,
Oh, that's
or one
cool.
of them. Yeah. So they got really creative here. They got Toad.
Toad's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
A lot
I,
of Starmies.
it is kind of the
Oh,
easiest
they
one
got
to make.
they got Super Meat Boy here.
Dude, good pull.
Yeah. So what happens here is that like they put it all in a marketplace, and like it starts off really low, but the more people buy it, the higher the cost rises. And so like you can scroll through the marketplace and you're like, "Oh, these are pretty expensive because people really want Starmie."
Makes sense. People want their
Yeah.
like favorite little characters. They want their like little things. Uh,
Yeah.
what's so funny about this is number one on the marketplace was Bikini
Yeah.
Chef Kawasaki.
Yeah. And
He was
Nintendo was like,
number one.
yeah. Nintendo was like, "No, sir."
Yeah, you got to get that out of here. So now General Jelly Jiggler is number one, or was at least. He was like number two last time I looked at the marketplace,
Yeah,
which
that's
was on
good.
somebody's stream. But hilarious. You know what? I love games like this. You ever play Mod Nation Racers?
No.
So you would like it was like a Mario Kart type game where you would be able to make your own you make your own cart. You can customize it however you want in the same way that you can do this. And people would like put stickers like all over it and create their own designs and stuff like that. I saw like a bunch of really creative ones. I myself was part of that, and I made like Metallica album covers onto the cart
Hmm.
itself. And then you have these little like blank canvas guys. Um, this is a really bad interpretation of what they look like. uh, but they were like a blank slate, and you could do the same thing where you'd put like little clothes on them, and then you'd customize those clothes, put stickers on them to make them look like characters, and then the racetrack itself, you could customize and create the entire racetrack for people to
Oh,
race
wow.
on. It was really robust. Like you were putting you were creating and like paving the track as like a giant like track paver machine that would like go around creating the whole thing. It
Hmm.
was really cool. So I'm glad this is kind of coming back as like, here's a thing to make whatever you want. Make whatever you want. As long as it's not really bad.
Yeah, and I guess the bikini was too skimpy.
A little too much for Nintendo.
Yeah. You're like, this is being shown all around the world. We got lots of different cultures looking at this.
It left Japan's stratosphere and ended up, showing up here.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Steve, you seen
Yeah.
this game that just came back from the dead?
What game are you talking about?
Talking about Hytale.
Hytale. I've never heard of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the story, the full story,
Okay.
which is, um, Minecraft is a game that was published in 2011. No, that's too far back. So Minecraft had like custom servers people can make, and
Okay.
one of the most popular ones was Hypixel. Now,
High
Hypixel
pixel.
was like, it is so big and has continued to be so big that literally it won like 4 Guinness World Records for like most popular online server and most populated online server and like a bunch of other things. It won like a ton of awards. Now from Guinness, that may not mean much, but still, it shows they're popular. They make a bunch of money off of their like various services that they have there. It's a hangout for people to play games. One
Mm-hmm.
of the founders, Simon Hypixel, what's his last name? I forgot his last name. Collins the Flame. He in 2015, I want to say it is, he starts funding and developing his own game, which is going to be not a Minecraft competitor, but a Minecraft alternative. And the
Okay.
idea is that this game is going to be the most modular, fully supporting the mods, like customizable down to like you're editing like enemy patterns and behavior to like you're crafting and creating whole worlds, new game modes. It wants to be the Minecraft mod game, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Hytale.
But
And
that's what Minecraft is.
yeah, but Minecraft's modding is not as robust, and it has a lot of problems because it never officially supported modding, even though before
Oh.
Microsoft acquired it, they said they would. There's no like
Okay.
official mod launcher. There's no like, anyways, whatever. There's a lot of things that is missing to support the modding community.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea with Hytale was, we're going to make a game where people can make their own servers, people can create their own games, create their own worlds, create their own experiences. Like we want people to make machinimas. We want people to make like whole new game modes that don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's going to
So
start as
it's kind of like it kind of sounds like maybe like Roblox.
the idea is kind of like it's going to be like a Roblox type deal. But if you don't want to do any of that, there's also just a singular game like Minecraft that you can play.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little bit of everything. This is
Okay.
like the everything game. And development started in 2015 or around 2015, I want to say. I'm kind of just going off memory here. And it eventually got investment from Riot Games.
Oh, okay.
And Riot joined on as like a investor to keep the project going until they were acquired in 2020. So now Hypixel Studios, which is the studio that is crafting or is creating this Minecraft game, is owned by Riot, and they're picked up by Riot, so they're a subsidiary of them. Well, 2021 rolls by, and they were planning on having a full completed game, or not a game, but they were hoping to have it playable for the public at some point in 2021. That comes and goes. 2024 rolls by, and the more news comes out about like shaky development. 2025, this year, it's canceled.
Oh.
They cancel all development. They cancel the project. Riot says, no, we put too much money into this, with no return at all, which is unfortunate because they for a while they were showing off like some really solid stuff until Riot acquired them, and then it was basically radio silence for, I want to say, like 3 to 4 years.
Man,
They
just as an aside, doesn't it suck whenever like a bigger company acquires you and then like they can just be like, yeah, you're not good enough. Goodbye.
Yeah, straight up. And that's part of what happened is, well, I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So yeah, they where was I at? Oh Lord, I lost my place. Um, eventually, yeah, they canceled the game, and the idea was like, okay, we spent too much money. This just isn't gonna work. Clearly, don't know what they're doing. Um, but uh, this year, as of August, Simon Hypixel, Collins of Flame, he says, I want this project to continue. Like, it can't just die like this. This has been like basically like, you know, my bread and butter. This has been my work for the past like 10 or so years. Like, there's no way it can just end like this. And then like the people aren't getting the game that they wanted ultimately. So, using his own, what I'm assuming is his own funding, or maybe funding from an outside investor. I'm not entirely sure. But he purchases Hypixel Studios and Hytale back from Riot Games, and development begins again. He rehired back the 30 or so developers who were on the original staff for the game
Oh wow.
before it was acquired by Riot, and uh, they are showing off gameplay. They're showing off this. They have the idea is they want to have a public build for people to play, even if it's not, refined or whatever. They want to just go into early access so that people can get their hands on it, and then
Hmm.
they'll keep working on it until. But
Oh, good for them.
the game's back. It isn't owned by Riot anymore. Apparently, that was part of the issue of why it was having issues to begin with. Was from what I was reading, the project or the management lead that they had from Riot Games, kind of ended up being like scope crept to have like a bunch of issues, which was okay. They needed a new engine, and they need a new engine because Riot higher ups wanted it to be cross-platform at launch because they wanted the
Mm.
console market also. Um,
Yeah.
so it was like a whole thing of like, okay, well, they kept adding things outside the scope of like the main game itself, so they had to change engine like 2, 3, 4 times just in like the few years that it was being developed, and it just caused a lot of problems overall. But now, back from the dead, Hytale comes back with a $20 price tag and early access promises within the next few weeks from this recording date. And I'm kind of hyped for it, frankly. It's like an underdog story of like,
Yeah.
this game has come back from the dead to essentially fulfill its goal, which was to be the ultimate modular Minecraft ish experience, similar to the likes of Little Big Planet in its level of customizability. I'm so here for it.
That's awesome. So I really, that's nice that they were like got themselves back. But what's the game about? You just make stuff, or is like what can you do?
Yeah, right now, from what they've shown off, you've got like a big open world where you're breaking down things to. It is traditional survival crafting things in the base game right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
You're mining, you're crafting, you're building gear, you're doing whatever. Um, I think it's kind of going to lean more into like a Terraria scale of things, where it's not just you're surviving and you're crafting, but there's also like bosses to fight, and there's like things in the world to go and explore at all times. Um, I believe it is procedurally generated as well, similarly. Um, so I think it's going to be kind of like a mix between Terraria and Minecraft. I don't know if you've ever played Terraria at
Terraria
all.
is awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Terraria is
I
great.
played Terraria a lot.
Right on. Um, so I think it's going to hit more of that end of like what they want to do with it, but the presentation is very Minecraft-ish.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe I would describe it as like some of the like Minecraft mods where like it's got a little bit more detail than just Minecraft, which is just like solid cubes. You've got like these little hair particles and like little bits around the character model, but it's still kind of like pixel arty with the
Yeah.
textures.
Now, how easy is it going to be if I want to make something in it and I have like zero experience? How easy it would be for me to make something?
the way that they're describing it right now is when it launches in early access, it is going to be rough for new people because the documentation is very limited. They made a whole blog post about this the other day where the documentation is limited, and they're kind of working with like, you know, limited funds and the such right now. The idea is they want to get the project out there and started for people to just jump in, and then all of this will be kind of like filled in as time goes by for the next few. Because once the project is out there and people can get their hands on it, then they can kind of get a bigger understanding of it. But for the most part right now, it's going to be kind of rough for new developers and new people to just jump onto this project, or to jump on and create like their own experience or thing like that. But it'll get better in time.
Oh, good.
I'm hoping that this is kind of the Minecraft creation experience that I've been kind of hoping for. Also, I love this drawing. This is great, dude.
Yeah, this is why I need to get a tablet.
Yeah. I need a drawing tablet. I have one. I don't know where it is. It's in a box somewhere from when I moved. I couldn't find it. This is great. Yeah, this is awesome. Hytale.
Back from the dead.
Hytale returns back from the dead to take $20 out of your wallet. I think we had a good board here.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, we should tell people. If you liked it, let us know. If you didn't like it, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what we could improve, what we can improve.
Tell us in the comments, or hit up our social medias and let us know.
Yeah.
We're trying to improve the craft rate here. I just saw you put the Zelda logo on your shirt here. I just saw that. Yeah, let us know how if this episode was entertaining at all.
Please watch.
Please watch. Please laugh.